So your style on the street has changed over the years. I guess the second big phase is when you introduce Flash. What made you decide that Flash could be part of your language?
Well, I always liked film noir. I like those sharp images and the separation between the darks and the whites with detail in between, okay? And it took me years to pick it up because even though I'm not a technician, I'm not stupid about technical things at all. So, because I always worked alone until the last couple of years, now I have an assistant, because it's just heavy to carry the bag and everything, and also it's nice to have company when you're older. But I always worked alone. I always went to the worst areas. So when I add something new, except for wives, it takes me a long time after I've thought about it to do it. So that I wanted to do those pictures with Flash for years. And then finally I got so mad at myself. I think I had shot 400 rolls in New York City, and I didn't like many of the pictures I took because there was sunshade, people were crossing in front of me. So I said, wait a second, how do I isolate the main subject from the background and, make a good picture? And the answer was Flash. So I got mad enough at myself that I started to use Flash.
And you went also back to the same street. I mean, is it right in suggesting that Fifth Avenue was your main parade?
Well, yes, it is. But it was interesting because now I found all these negatives from 1978 approximately to 1984 where I used, the whole book is coming out with Xavier Barral called Lost and Found. And I found all these wonderful images. And I noticed there that I wasn't only on Fifth Avenue. I'd be on Delancey Street, I'd be on Madison, I went to more different places because I guess I was searching, for where I could get good pictures. So once I learned that most of the good pictures I think are on Fifth Avenue, plus also the buildings are quite high on Fifth Avenue, and on one side of the street, since I used a Leica and the shutter speed was only a 50th of a second, the fastest sync speed, that means I can only photograph at certain types of light at certain times of the day. Mm-hmm. So that was a good street, whereas if I was on 9th Avenue, I wouldn't be able to photograph till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Here I could start at 2:30. Mm-hmm. So there are many factors that are involved as to why, I narrowed it down to Fifth Avenue.